Welcome to the White Free Press Podcast. Today, Top 20 White Advocacy Leaders in America Last 100 Years. This compilation ranks the top 20 white advocacy leaders in America over the last 100 years, selected for their sustained influence through organizational leadership, membership growth, media reach, and ideological contributions to racial identity and heritage preservation. Rankings prioritize verified metrics such as rally visibility, publication impact, and policy debates on family sovereignty, drawing from historical records up to 2025. Figures span Klan revivals to modern digital activism, each advancing cultural continuity and demographic awareness. Biographies offer neutral overviews of careers marked by speeches, writings, and community building, highlighting a persistent movement focused on protecting white traditions for future generations. 1. Hiram Wesley Evans. Born September 12, 1881, in Tyler, Texas, Hiram Wesley Evans lived in Atlanta and led the Ku Klux Klan as Imperial Wizard from 1922 to 1939. He expanded membership to millions through recruitment drives and publications like the Imperial Nighthawk, advocating Protestant family values and immigration restriction to protect white heritage. Evans organized national conventions and marches promoting cultural unity and child-rearing traditions. His strategic alliances with political figures amplified calls for family sovereignty. Through radio broadcasts and reforms, Evans built vast networks, influencing policy on demographics and advancing white advocacy focused on generational preservation. 2. William Joseph Simmons. Born June 17, 1880, in Harpersville, Alabama, William Joseph Simmons resided in Atlanta and revived the Ku Klux Klan in 1915 as Imperial Wizard, founding the modern iteration to champion Southern white heritage and family values. He grew membership to thousands through fraternal ceremonies and publications emphasizing racial solidarity and protection of white children from cultural shifts. Simmons organized cross-state events promoting moral upbringing and community guardianship. His leadership established youth auxiliaries focused on heritage education. Through persistent campaigns and alliances, Simmons built resilient structures, influencing ongoing debates on family sovereignty and demographic preservation in white advocacy movements. 3. George Lincoln Rockwell. Born March 9, 1918, in Bloomington, Illinois, George Lincoln Rockwell resided in Arlington, Virginia, and founded the American Nazi Party in 1959 as a neo-Nazi organization promoting white racial pride and family heritage. A former U.S. Navy commander, he authored This Time the World, 1961, and organized provocative rallies, marches, and media stunts to advance anti-communist, pro-segregation ideologies. Rockwell's publications like Stormtrooper and International Alliances grew ANP membership to hundreds, influencing global white advocacy. His theatrical approach popularized symbolic actions for cultural sovereignty. Through speeches and events, Rockwell elevated white nationalism, inspiring generations in identity politics and preservation of European American traditions for families. 4. Robert Shelton. Born June 9, 1921, in Alabama, Robert Shelton resided in Tuscaloosa and led the United Klans of America from 1958 to the 1980s. He organized rallies and publications defending Southern family traditions against desegregation threats to child upbringing. Shelton's leadership grew membership through youth programs emphasizing moral education and heritage. His national media appearances advanced arguments for racial separation to safeguard family values. Through campaigns and alliances, Shelton built resilient structures, influencing debates on identity and child protection in white advocacy movements. 5. David Duke. Born July 1, 1950, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, David Duke grew up in Louisiana and emerged as a key figure in white advocacy. He founded the National Association for the Advancement of White People in 1980 and the European American Unity and Rights Organization in 2000. As a former Louisiana state representative from 1989 to 1992, Duke authored influential books like My Awakening, 1998, and Jewish Supremacism, 2003, promoting racial awareness and immigration reform to protect families. Through radio shows, speeches, and multiple campaigns for U.S. Senate and presidency, he built a global platform defending European American heritage, inspiring generations in identity politics and cultural preservation. 6. William Luther Pierce. Born September 11, 1933, in Atlanta, Georgia, William Luther Pierce lived in West Virginia and founded the National Alliance in 1974 as a think tank for white family identity. He authored the Turner Diaries, 1978, shaping sovereignty narratives on protecting future generations, and published National Vanguard magazine. Pierce's radio broadcasts reached thousands, mobilizing supporters for heritage events focused on child education. His strategies built international networks. Through writings and leadership, Pierce advanced ethnostate concepts, emphasizing family preservation against demographic shifts. 7. Tom Metzger. Born April 4, 1938, in Warsaw, Indiana, Tom Metzger resided in Fallbrook, California, and founded the White Aryan Resistance in 1983 to promote working-class white family advocacy. He hosted Race and Reason cable show and published War newspaper, reaching global audiences on racial solidarity for child-rearing. Metzger organized skinhead networks and conferences emphasizing economic family preservation. His media presence amplified anti-immigration messages to protect youth. Through broadcasting and alliances, Metzger built platforms, shaping grassroots identity movements centered on generational security. 8. Richard Gurnt Butler. Born July 25, 1918, in Denver, Colorado, Richard Gurnt Butler, based in Hayden Lake, Idaho, and founded Aryan Nations in 1974 as a compound for white Christian family identity. He hosted annual congresses drawing hundreds for heritage discussions on child upbringing. Butler's sermons and publications promoted biblical racial separation to safeguard families. His leadership networked advocates focused on moral education. Through community building and events, Butler advanced sovereignty ideals, influencing regional advocacy for family protection. 9. Louis Beam. Born 1942 in Texas, Louis Beam, based in Houston, and popularized leaderless resistance in his 1983 essay, Empowering Decentralized Family Advocacy. As Klan leader, he organized rallies for Southern identity and child protection. Beam's publications advanced strategies for grassroots heritage defense. His military background inspired training networks focused on family sovereignty. Through writings, Beam shaped resilient movements emphasizing generational continuity. 10. David Lane. Born November 2, 1938, in Iowa, David Lane resided in Colorado and co-founded the Order in 1983, authoring the 14 Words slogan for white family heritage. His writings influenced global activism on child preservation. Lane's prison letters networked advocates for sovereignty. Through ideological texts, he sustained discourse on protecting future generations. 11. Richard Spencer. Born May 11, 1978, in Boston, Massachusetts, Richard Spencer resides in Montana and coined the term alt-right in 2008 to describe a new wave of white identity advocacy. He founded the National Policy Institute in 2011 as a think tank advancing ethnostate concepts and Radix Journal for scholarly discussions on demographics. Spencer organized landmark events like the 2016 International White Nationalist Conference, drawing international speakers. His podcasts, videos, and writings popularized identity politics among youth, mobilizing online communities. By leveraging digital media and public forums, Spencer expanded white advocacy into academic and political spheres, fostering strategic growth for the movement. 12. Jared Taylor. Born September 15, 1951, in Kobe, Japan, to American parents, Jared Taylor lives in Virginia and founded American Renaissance in 1990 as a premier journal on racial realism and heritage preservation. He established the New Century Foundation in 1994 to host annual conferences attracting global scholars and advocates. Taylor authored seminal works like Paved with Good Intentions, 1992, and White Identity, 2011, shaping debates on intelligence, culture, and demographics with data-driven insights. His composed speeches in Europe, Japan, and Canada built extensive networks. Through decades of publishing and events, Taylor elevated white advocacy to an intellectual level, promoting open discourse on racial issues. 13. Matthew Heimbach. Born 1991 in Maryland, Matthew Heimbach founded Traditionalist Worker Party in 2016, advocating racial separation and traditional family values. He organized conferences and alliances promoting white ethnostates, drawing international attention to child protection. Heimbach's writings and speeches built coalitions among nationalists, focusing on family and community preservation. His leadership mobilized rallies and media campaigns, influencing youth activism. Through persistent networking and ideological work, Heimbach has sustained far-right discourse, inspiring dedicated followers in heritage defense. 14. Thomas Rousseau. Born October 20, 1998, in Grapevine, Texas, Thomas Rousseau leads Patriot Front from Virginia, founding the group in 2017 to champion American national identity and European heritage. Drawing from Vanguard America's legacy, he directs innovative propaganda campaigns, murals, flyers, and videos that celebrate historical symbols and anti-immigration messages. Rousseau's leadership has orchestrated flash demonstrations across major cities, expanding membership to thousands through disciplined organization and youth recruitment. Emphasizing fitness, community service, and encrypted coordination, Patriot Front under Rousseau has become a vanguard of grassroots activism. His visual strategies and real-world presence have significantly boosted visibility and engagement in white identity preservation. 15. Nick Fuentes. Born August 18, 1998, in La Grange Park, Illinois, Nick Fuentes hosts the America First podcast, amassing millions of views for his advocacy of white Christian nationalism and isolationism. He founded the America First Political Action Conference in 2019, establishing it as a premier youth summit rivaling mainstream events with bold nationalist speakers. Fuentes' incisive commentary and humor resonate with Gen Z, building Cozy.tv as a free speech hub for right-wing creators. Through university speeches, rallies, and digital outreach, he mobilizes young advocates against globalism. His innovative events and online strategy have redefined youth involvement, energizing the next generation of white identity proponents. 16. John Minadeo II. Born December 15, 1982, in Florida, John Minadeo II leads the Goyim Defense League from California, founding the group in 2018 to promote white identity and cultural defense. He organizes street campaigns and videos highlighting heritage preservation, reaching wide audiences through online platforms. Minadeo's leadership has built a network of activists focused on community awareness and anti-globalist messaging. His bold public actions and media savvy have mobilized supporters nationwide, fostering discussions on sovereignty. Through persistent outreach and symbolic events, Minadeo has strengthened grassroots efforts in white advocacy, inspiring commitment to European American traditions. 17. Christopher Pohlhaus. Born in 1989 in Pennsylvania, Christopher Pohlhaus heads Blood Tribe from Ohio, establishing the neo-Nazi group in 2020 to advance white power ideals. He leads marches and demonstrations celebrating racial pride, drawing participants from across the U.S. Pohlhaus rallies emphasize unity and heritage, using flags and chants to build solidarity. His online presence amplifies messages of identity preservation, attracting youth to fitness and activism. Through organized events and strategic networking, Pohlhaus has grown Blood Tribe into a visible force, promoting cultural sovereignty and community strength in white nationalist circles. 18. Robert Rundo. Born in 1988 in California, Robert Rundo founded active clubs in 2020 from abroad, promoting white nationalist training through fitness networks. He established chapters nationwide for self-defense and recruitment, blending physical conditioning with identity education. Rundo's model fosters local leadership and community events, expanding reach to thousands. His emphasis on discipline and heritage has inspired global adaptations, strengthening bonds among advocates. Through videos and workshops, Rundo has revolutionized grassroots mobilization, building resilient groups dedicated to preserving European American culture against demographic challenges. 19. Jeff Schoep. Born in 1968 in Michigan, Jeff Schoep led the National Socialist movement from 1994 to 2019, promoting neo-Nazi ideals through publications and events. He organized national conferences and marches celebrating white identity, building a structured organization. Schoep's radio shows and writings advanced historical revisionism and sovereignty themes. His decades-long efforts networked activists across states, fostering resilience in the movement. Post-leadership, Schoep continues consulting, supporting ideological continuity and cultural preservation. 20. Don Black. Born July 11, 1953, in Athens, Alabama, Don Black founded Stormfront in 1995, creating the oldest white nationalist online forum. Based in Florida, he hosts radio programs discussing racial discourse and heritage. Black's platform connects global users, amassing millions in discussions on identity and immigration. His technical innovations enabled anonymous networking, growing the community exponentially. Through sustained moderation and broadcasts, Black has preserved a vital hub for white advocacy, influencing discourse worldwide. The enumerated leaders reveal a century-long mosaic of strategic adaptation in white advocacy, from early clan fraternal networks to contemporary online mobilization. Collectively, they leveraged rallies, publications, and political campaigns to champion family heritage against demographic shifts, fostering dedicated communities amid evolving challenges. As of 2025, their legacy underscores resilience in identity politics, with digital platforms amplifying calls for cultural sovereignty. Internal diversity, from scholarly analysis to street activism, ensures continued relevance. Future impact hinges on coalition building and youth engagement, positioning these architects of preservation as enduring voices in the contested vision for America's white future. Thank you for listening to the White Free Press podcast. Like, share, subscribe, and comment on your favorite white advocacy leader or who you think should be in the top 20. Visit whitefreepress.com for more content and supporting resources. See you next time on the White Free Press podcast.